You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Welcome to the Doug Bellcast. And now, here is your host, the star of Ring My Bell, Doug Bell. Coffee's cold. 5, 4. Hey, been a while. Been a long. What's that Zepp song? Led Zepp. Been a long time for rock and roll or something like that. That's what I was thinking. It's cool to be here there in my little hat rack. It's so cool to be rapping with you again. Bell here, coming back strong. You know, I've been away for a little while, just kind of getting stuff together. You know, there's like a rumor going around that I was like real depressed, and then I was like, that I got lost my apartment, and then I was like holed up somewhere. And I stayed in this dude's apartment. This is true because the government. And I go to this dude's apartment. He lets me stay, and then all of a sudden, after like 3 months, he goes, "Hey, Bell, you gotta go." I says to him, I says, "Whoa, compadre, this is like this. I got the right to be here now." And he goes, "Nah, I was only letting you crash for a night." He's a guy I went to high school with, and his wife just died, so he had some like room. I was sleeping on the couch, but I told him I'll help out around. I was cleaning up the cat box, blah, blah, blah. I was like doing my part. I didn't have any money for rent, but I told him there's like a whole bunch of stuff in motion and blah, blah, blah. We're moving along. And, you know, I think Rogan is like looking to get me some stuff and all that stuff. So, you know, so fucking, sorry, I was eating before. But then he starts telling me, "You gotta go," and blah, blah, blah. So I says to him, I says, hey, compadre, that ain't right. And I don't have any lawyers, but I go, you just Google stuff, blah, 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 blah. You know, you go up there, you Google some stuff and get like your law stuff. But then I found out I had the right to stay. So I says to him, like, I just need a little helping hand. But I say things, you're living a life for Riley, and all of a sudden you want Bell's supposed to be out in the cold. I tell him, I says that to him, you want Bell to sit out in the cold. And he goes, "Well, whatever, you know, we had this big fight, and he got like a court lawyer that I had to move out or something." But then I cried like, "COVID relief." I go, "COVID relief," you know. I says like that to him. "What about COVID relief?" But you have to file that stuff. I didn't know. I just kind of like, I said, "COVID relief." I thought all you had to do is say it to the landlord. You just walk up and you go like, "COVID relief," you know, something like that. I says, "I mean, at the bell, COVID relief," you know, like that. I figured that would like kind of get him to pipe down. But he was like really mad, and he threw me out my stuff. He like took my box of like writings and all that stuff. He threw it on the front porch. Oh, it was an apartment building in Bensonhurst. And he threw all my stuff on a porch, and all my files. I had all these, like, I'm suing him because I was writing out the Buckaroo Chronicles. I had like a whole bunch of ideas. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to do this, and there's going to be like a detective. And I came back, and they're all over the grass, and kids in the neighborhood were like stepping all over them. And I'm like, "Get off that." I'm trying to explain to all like these teens what the Buckaroo Chronicles were. And the guy goes, "Come here, I think I found your paperwork." I go around, and the son of a bee just kind of clocks me. Like that, he knocks Bell on the ground. And they took my hat, this hat right here, they took it. And I don't want to tell you what they did inside of it. They all stood over it after they were drinking a bunch of brewskis, and they all let it go right inside my hat. But I took it in the house, I washed it good, you know, I scrubbed it and all that stuff. So it's copacetic, the hat, thank God. But anyway, did you guys see the Oscars? People been telling me, Bell, what's going on? So I says, all right, because like, Will and Jada Smith, I seen Will Smith not too long after that, and he was with Jada. So I go, because I had met him a long time ago. I seen him one time in the mall, and I was going there to get a Caribou coffee because at this supermarket was at a Sanka. So I go, Will. I walk over there to him. I go, you working? He goes, what? I go, I'm off today, Saturday, like from the Fresh Prince thing. And he goes, he smiles and he kind of keeps going. So I say, like, I figure I made him laugh. So I'm just like going for broke now because this is my opportunity. Bell sees an opportunity and I do this to it. Sees it. Hold on. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. We're gonna take this out. The coffee's cold. I tell you, coffee's cold. Come back. But Will and Jada, you hear what happened at the Oscars is so crazy. So I'd seen Willie Smith. I seen him in the mall. Yeah, and he's walking away. Blah blah blah. So I go like this to him. I says, "This was so funny," because this was down by Philly, because he's a Philly guy. So I says to him, I go, oh no, Mr. Prince, aren't you far from Bel Air? I say that to him, I get a kick out of it. And I was a little bit drunk. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I probably did it louder than I should. I was like, what I say to him, I go, I think I say, hey, Mr. Prince instead of Fred. Mr. Prince, what are you looking for, Bel Air? I do that to him, It was funny, man. It was funny. So Jada comes in. And I go over to her and I go, I seen what happened at the Oscars. She looks at me and I'm just looking at her. And I go, that Red Table show. I go, did you own a Red Table or did you buy one just for the show? I says that to her. And she goes, you watch the Red Table show? I go, yeah. Doug Bell, man, glad to meet you. Boom, boom, boom. We're shaking hands. She goes, where have I seen you before? And now I know she's a fan. I go, well, you got a TV? I says that to her, you got a TV? And she goes, yeah. And I go, ring my bell. I say that to her, like with the funny voice. And she goes, what's that? I go, it's a game show, blah, blah, blah. And then Willie comes back over. And he got security with him at this point. And they're going, hey, we're just trying to shop. And I go, no, me and Jada were talking. I says to him, I go, you ought to get me on the Red Table. I said, trust me. I go, just don't slap me. I said that to him, And the guard's kind of was like, whoa. But Willie was like, come on, man. Like, yeah, I go, no, slaps are coming. I do that. I start like slapping the air, like, it was fucking crazy. I had the bell, like, oh no, don't slap the bell. I do it. I do that. I hope I didn't break it. I say that. I go, don't slap the bell. It's like so funny. And I'm slapping it like that. And then Willie and Jada, they're walking. So I'm following them, just doing this. Oh no, the bell was misbehaving. Because I don't give a turkey. I'm 2 bells to the wind, if you want the truth of it. And he turned around at one point. He goes, yo, man. I go, no. I kept doing this slap joke. I go like this to him. I throw like the karate up. I go, oh, like you ever seen a Karate Kid? At the end when he does the crane, that's real martial arts. That's real martial arts. That kid can fight. Fucking Danny DeLaRussa. That kid could fight. Because he did like this. I did that a few times and I got like little scraps and whatnot. But there's a defense for it, which they didn't show you in the show. I do like that. And the guy I did it to just kind of punched me square in the middle of the face, knocked me back. I hit my head on the curb. I was like, I could have been killed. I was in the hospital for a couple of days. But I did like that. I went, yeah, like that. And I put my hands up like that. I figured he would get scared off. So when Will turns around to slap me, I go, I do like that. I said the Karate Kid, because his boy Jada did it. Jada did the Karate Kid too. So I do like that. I figured this is all like gonna be so cool. I go, he's gonna think like I'm a fan of because I actually think the second movie was better. I like the remake better. And part 3, I like part 3 of the original series and the remake were better than the other ones. But I go, dude, all kidding aside. I was a little drunk. I grabbed his shoulder. He kind of like was, I go, dude, all kidding aside. I go, dude, why'd you slap him? Like I says like that to him. I go, were you mad? Because I didn't understand. I go, Jada, was he mad? And now by the point security is asking me to step back and blah, blah, blah. And I go, you should have slapped Oscar. I said that to him. I said, you should have slapped Oscar because that would have been funny. Like it would have been the theme. You said, Will Smith slapping everybody. And this way it would have been like a role you were playing. I says that to him. I go, you should have slap. I go, you should have been slapping everybody and just, something like that would have been really funny. I go, people would have been cracking up. And I asked him, I go, how'd you feel when Tony Hopkins went up there and won the award? And I go, did you talk to Tony Hopkins after what happened? Blah, blah, blah. He was cool about it. He goes, I can't, I gotta go. And I says to her, oh no, Jada, you gotta buy some red spray paint for the table. I says that to her, and she gets it, she looks back, she knows like I'm into it. But I will tell you that as they're walking away, I remembered what she said after, and she said, it's a season for healing. And I said to her, Belle likes to heal. I says that to her, I'm not ashamed I got emotional because it's a season for healing for me too, Jada. I say that to her. And Willie looks back like I think he knew that there was like a real vibe of friendship and possibility. So whatever, man. If you see him, tell him I was like no hard feelings. I was just like being playful when I did like this, Karate Kid stuff. But the red table thing, I got emotional. I started thinking about healing because they were getting in a car, but I was like, Belle needs to heal too. I'm doing this. I go, yeah, this is fun for everybody. I go, but Belle's got some stuff. And then when they get in the car, security's telling me to step back. And I says to him, sorry, a little food fell out. I says to security, I start slapping the car. I do that. I go, no, the car is heckling. I start slapping it and stuff. And I says to Jada, I says, it'd be so cool if you had G.I. Jane on the actual thing, because then like if you had G.I. Jane on the thing, you guys could like work it out, and then Chris could come over and go, G.I. Jane, look, it's her. I say like that to him. I go to the reddish table, I think I said, would be so funny, but whatever, I don't know what hold on a sec. Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to jump off. I had a phone call. So I had to run off and take it. It was some business opportunities, but I had to take it. So I was talking about Jada and Will and how I had that whole thing with them, and they finally took off. I was spanking the car. It was so funny. I was like, boom, the car, no, just slapping it. I'd do that, So anyway, a couple weeks later, I'm walking around, blah, blah, blah. People keep asking me like, Belle, when are you going to talk about the Oscars? Everyone stopped me on the street, blah, blah, blah. Belle, what are you going to do? I'm just kind of tinkling the bell, going, whatever, we'll talk about it soon. So it's so funny, right? I'm walking down the street in New York, blah, 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 just kind of hustle and bustle, looking to see if there's any like HBO interest or whatever. I'm around 6th Avenue, and I see Chrissy Rock. He's got the hat on, he's got the glasses on. And so I walk right up to him, blah, blah, blah. And he looks at me. I go, don't worry, I'm not going to slap you. I say that to him, I go, I says that to him. But so I seen Chrissy Rock, right? He's got the hat down, the glasses, blah, blah, blah. He's kind of keeping it low key. So I walk up to him, right? I walk up to him and I kind of I see he's trying to be low key. I take the bell. I don't want to make a lot of noise. I go, Chrissy. Quick little tinkling just so he knows it's me. He looks, I go, dude, did that dude slap you? For real, was that fake? And he goes, and he keeps walking. So I go, Chrissy, it's Belle. I go, it's Belle. And I got a little loud, so it's Belle, because I was in such a crazy mood. I eat like a lot of sugar. I ate a bunch of donuts. I ate like 4 or 5 donuts, and the sugar had me like, So I go, that dude slap you? What the fuck? I go, maybe me and you should go do something, buckaroo. I tell him that. I go, Chrissy, I got your back if maybe me and you want to fly out there and do something to him. I go like that. I go, I go, I'll just like throw the jab. I said that to Chris. I go, you go like with the left, and I'll come like with the right. I said, I told him, I go, let's just go out there and do it. You know, and again, I'm a sugar rush. And when I'm like sugar rushing, I feel no pain. I got no fear of sugar rush, you know. And he goes, man, I can't. I just. So he's trying to walk right, and he's trying to hail a cab. And so I go, no, it looks like you're trying to slap the cab. I said that to him, you know. I go, don't slap the cab. But I go, well, were you mad when that happened? I go, like, tell me what happened. So I asked him, I pull up my phone like that, and I hold it in front of him. I'm going to go, tell Bell in the world. I hold it up like that. I hold the camera right in his face. I'm like, tell me what happened at the Oscars, dude. And he looks away. He goes, come on. He goes, I ain't talking right now. I'm not talking right now. Go away. And I go, dude, don't be afraid. I ain't going to steal it and make jokes. Because I tell him, like, you might not remember me. I put the hat on, and I go, RMB Buckaroo. I go like that. You know, he probably is a big fan from way back. And I go, dude, why didn't you like do some karate? And I show him this. I go, you ever see that fucking move? It's so good. And I do that. And I throw the kick up. And I was closer to the garbage pail, which was made of metal. And I kicked real hard, and I kicked the garbage pail like that. Hold on a second. Where this food's coming from. So I kicked the garbage pail by mistake, and I broke my foot in 4 places. I was like, you know, you should just do this. And again, I got so hyped up on the shug that I just threw the kick like that, you know, and it hits the thing, and it really hurt. Clang. I fall back, and I start screaming. And I go, and he turns around, and he goes, well, he goes, you all right? And I go, don't slap me. I'm doing like that, you know. And I go, call an ambulance. And he just walked across the street. So I think he was like freaked out that I was going to sue him or something and like tell everybody it was like a big karate fight. But some guy, I mean, maybe I shouldn't have done this, but a guy came over. He goes, I saw you and Chris Rock. What happened? Did he hit you? And I was just like, maybe I just want a little attention because I had this whole frustrating thing with my apartment. I need some money. So I go, yeah, he did. I go, yeah, we had a karate fight. And police came, and they went over and they talked to Chris. They found him, I guess, and they were like going to arrest him. I go, we had a karate fight. And I go, dude, you just give me a few Muldoons and we'll call it even. He goes, what? I go, you give me a few Muldoons, maybe 2,200 Muldoons, call it even. And he goes, what? You know, Chrissy does you, what? You know, I go, and he said I was lying. So I go, well, guess we'll see in court, won't we, Buckaroo? But then the police checked some like surveillance footage, and they said that like I just kicked a garbage can for no reason. And they tasered me while I was in the hospital. They tasered me because I started getting rowdy. I took the pillow, I threw it at the detective, and he fucking tasered me right there. Excuse my language. But so if you see Chris, tell him it's all good. I'm not mad at him. I was all sugared up. You know, I was 2 bells to the wind on sugar. But I threw the kick like that. I do like this. Pow! I did the fucking. But you know, so the whole Willie Smith, Jada thing, I'm hoping they can have me on Red Table just to like promote gigs, blah, blah, blah. I got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of irons in the fire. So anyway, that's the Oscars take, man. I think that they both kind of like wanted to open up. Everything's so political. It's all so political right now. They're all scared to open up to me because they know that Bell's like the voice, you know. But anyway, hey, fly wild and stay gold. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell.